investigation, Rainey. If you'll stop and shine your light up there, folks, I want you to see this. You guys can all walk right in front of me. That's okay. I'm just gonna shine it up in the front. Let's see if I can switch the angle on this camera. Here we are. That's the pavilion stage that I've told a lot of you about. And it's the open air stage where they've seen a figure up there over the years. And so we're going to go up on the stage now and just start doing some ghost box stuff. So let's get up here. Hey everybody that's in that chat room. I can't really look at them too closely and respond to them, but let's see. Yeah. Let's get over here. It's awfully dark in other places. We're going to make it up to the stage here in the pavilion. And Rainey going up the steps. There you go. Rainey, shine that up at the ceiling, will you? So this is underneath. This is the bottom floor, and there's a main floor up, or a big floor upstairs. We've got quite an audience of people here. So we're going to go ahead and set up some boxes. And maybe I can get, it says I have to rotate the device. I don't know why. Hey, everybody out there in the chat room. So this is the Frank's box that I brought along. Raina's going to start setting that up in a second. Now, this is all live with an audience, so I won't be able to address everybody or comments or anything like that, but let's take a look. We got Jimmy Cunningham coming up.
So we're gonna make 3 stops, and if you are into this kind of thing and you have stuff on your phone like Ghost Radar or any kind of spirit box, you can certainly turn that on, and we'll
That's
see
Jimmy
what happens
Cunningham
tonight. We are at the Pavilion stage. This is one of the newer stages on the festival grounds. Goes back about 30 some odd years. And the reason we came here first, this has got an interesting history. Right now, and always really, this is the Special Events Pavilion. This is the stage that's used to support the theme weekends that the festival puts on. So every weekend it's something different, whether it's Irish Shenanigan Weekend or a Mideast Bazaar. The performers that come specifically for that weekend perform on this stage. The reason we start here is Scotty mentioned that there are not just spirits out here, but there are other things as well. And here's the story about the Pavilion stage. The campgrounds for the Minnesota Renaissance Festival, where the performers stay during the week and over the weekends when we perform, is kind of down the hill from where I'm shining my flashlight now. About 25 years ago now, some young pagans were in the campground, and they were experimenting on a Saturday night.
That's where the stairway used to be.
And trying to conjure
going up.
And
They've taken it out.
They conjured something up, and it was so powerful that they panicked and broke their magic circle, which is something you're never supposed to do. Whatever this was, this entity fled the campground and came up here on site. They grabbed a couple of other pagans who had much more experience than they did, and they came up here to chase it. And even the experienced pagans said it was too powerful for us to banish, but we were able to trap it using some wards on the second floor of the pavilion stage. And ever since then, people have seen a figure up there. We will hear stories every year about a cloaked figure up there, and people have seen glowing red eyes, but maybe the best story happened about 20 years ago. We're not allowed to be, as performers, on the festival site after 10 p.m. at night. If you're caught walking around the festival site after 10 o'clock, they can pull your pass, your ID, and you won't be able to perform at the festival for the rest of the year, maybe beyond that. So we take it pretty seriously. We're not supposed to do that. Safety Services makes a sweep several times during the night to make sure all is well. This particular safety service guy was walking right here at about 2 in the morning, and he saw a figure up on the second floor. and he yelled to whoever it was, "Hey, you know you're not supposed to be on the grounds after 10 o'clock. If you come down, I won't pull your pass. You go back to the campground. But if I gotta come up there and roust you, I'm pulling your pass." Nothing happened. There's usually a step ladder during the festival that leads up to the second floor. He climbed that step ladder, got up there to find nothing, nobody. He shined his light, he walked all the way around. As he walked back towards the step ladder, he heard, and he turned immediately, and like all good festival performers and staff, he had a bottle of patchouli in his pocket. He felt something go through him, and the bottle in his pocket was smashed. He left the festival the next morning, never to be seen again. I talked to a couple of the people that helped put the wards on this building when I started
Welcome,
doing the
Roger.
show 11 years ago.
Hey,
Made
Matthew.
Sure that it was still okay for us to visit, and they said, "Oh yeah, you're safe here, but it's up there, and it's not happy, and it can't go anywhere until we free it, and we don't know how to get rid of it permanently." What's that?
Temperature change.
Huh?
Oh, that's our device. The temperature just changed. That's a train. Way over there.
Okay. So, what do you have here now? What is
All
this?
right. Now, we've got a couple of things here. And if you don't mind, everybody say hello to my streaming audience over on YouTube.
Hey.
They're all listening tonight, and there's the lovely Vivacious Rainey down there. We've got two devices here. We've got the Spirit Box, which we brought out every year. That's the little black box. Now, if you don't know what a Spirit Box is, it's like if you've heard of EVPs, except you get them live. It scans the dial, and it will give you, sometimes we had whole conversations with spirit beings on those. The other box, this is older. I was going to show it inside, and I forgot to do so. This box is what's called known as, if any of you are in the paranormal field, that's known as a Frank's box. If any of you knew who Frank Sumption was, he passed away in 2011, I believe it was, but he made this box for me in 2010. And he was the specialist and one of the first people doing this kind of thing. And so I brought this along to try it out first before we turn on the other Spirit Box and just see if we get any feedback from this. So I'm going to come down to the lower step here and see if I can get this thing to work. Now, you can't see it very tightly up close from where you're sitting out there in the dark, but I'm going to turn it on, and it's going to scan. Now, other years we've asked about the entity that's trapped upstairs. And in responses, we've gotten names pulled out. It said the names of people that were with us. So we're going to give this a try. The volume isn't very great, so I'm going to set this here. And I'm going to ask if there's anybody here at the pavilion stage. Are you the entity that's upstairs? With all due respect, I don't know who you are. I don't know if you consider yourself evil or good. But if you are here, could you give us some sign, either audibly or upstairs? Make a noise. Now you can hear some things. It picks up little bits and pieces of radio. But you know the difference when you hear it. Is there anybody here that would like to speak to us?
I'm not sure that's up louder. Paul.
That is all the louder
really quiet.
that will go. It's very quiet for some reason. Oh, that's not it.
And we just put fresh batteries in. And
Brand new
it's really
batteries
quiet.
in that today. There was something. I don't know. Didn't make it out. Guys, if you hear any, what was that?
Said maybe it's using the energy.
It might be. It might be draining the energy of the batteries that are in there. Okay.
Who was that?
Now, did somebody throw something up there?
No.
Did you guys hear that? I'm going to tell you something. In previous years, we have heard stuff like that before. Up on this second, I don't know if you heard it over there on the radio audience, but there's a big bang and a couple of rolling bangs up there, like something was thrown up there. If that was you, could you say something again? Could you make another noise for us? You don't have to. I'm just asking you if you will. Okay, did you hear that? Did you hear that? I'm looking right up there. Guys, you can't really see up there if you're watching. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we've heard a couple of bangs up there. Thank you. Whoever you are, whatever you are. I got to tell you something, folks. We ain't doing shit, pardon my language. We're not creating that for you. Because we're here to find out if there's something real going on. And so this is a thing that you're hearing stuff that's up there. So, thank you. Can you say your name? Rainey, why don't you turn on the other box?
I was going to say,
This one's
I find it
powering
really weird.
down.
The temperature keeps going up,
Okay.
which it doesn't normally go up. It's cold outside.
Folks, I'm going to switch this back. There we go. So you can see Rainey. She's got the other spirit box. What was that? I'm kidding. Somebody dropped something in the audience. Folks, that was as real as it gets. We've had that a couple of other years. On response, so a noise gets made upstairs. And it's all open air. There's no ladder. All right, if you are...
I'm going to go really quiet first, because then I know where it's at, loud-wise. And they're
Mostly banging so far. They're saying online. Here we go. All right. If that was you upstairs making a noise, could you call out my name, Scotty? I've been here before. You should know who I am. Or Rainey. Or Jimmy. Who's upstairs? Will you talk to us? If you can't give us your name, that's fine, but can you say our names? Could you say something?
That was me making noise.
That's Rainey making noise. I'm going to tell you something, folks. When we hear stuff like that, responses. Last year, we were at the Irish Cottage, where I think we're going to go next, and we heard a little bell being rung after everybody left and started walking to the next stage. A little bell, like a chicka 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 chicka, and we could pull open the shutters and we could see there was a bell on a string just going back and forth like a huge pendulum in there, and she heard somebody banging on pots and pans in there, and there's no way that it was somebody else. So I got to tell you, when we hear something like that upstairs, first thing we want to do is find out, okay, who's making noise. But if there's nobody making noise and we've requested it, and there's the long story that goes with this, it can get a little, not nerve-wracking. It gets real quick. Okay, we're not going to stay here very long. Whoever's upstairs making noise, you don't have to do anything I say. So I'm requesting, will you say something through this box to us? Say my name, say Rainey's name. saying something. Did you catch any of that?
No.
I'm going to ask you one last thing here, and it's just for fun. I don't know if you have fun. I don't know what you do up there, who you are, what you're about, but say field guy's name. Well, tell him he's awesome. If you don't want to say anything, we'll just walk away and leave it that way.
Sounds like it's trying.
Yeah, it sounds like there's something coming through, folks. And sometimes you will take this stuff back and you'll listen to the recording and you'll hear it a lot clearer. We were here 2 or 3 years ago. We had Audrey in our group. Her name was called out on that box. Last year we heard the same thing, the banging upstairs on response to asking for a noise. Now, the control in this, in a scientific methodology, you'd have to sit here for 8 hours and see if you get a bang again. Or something like that. But
Did you feel that vibration? You didn't bump the stairs, did you?
no, I'm standing out here.
Shook.
So the stage just shook.
Did you? Yeah. Did any of you take the stage? We can hear it. Can you see it? Do you? I want to see your phone.
Somebody in my chat room here who's psychic said, I hear a woman saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, over and over again. We're getting little blips of things through. Okay, this is last opportunity, 10 seconds. We're going to shut this one down. If you've got something to say to show us that you're here, please do it now. Now's your time. Do you just make bangs or can you say something? People are saying in the chat room they keep hearing the same voice, that low buzz, buzz that we get over and over again, saying things. Okay.
Second stop.
That was me.
All right, I'm going to shut this off.
All right, guys.
If you want to say it now.
Say Rainie's name before she. Oh, you're too late.
And when you do these investigations,
Guys, I'll start another stream in a minute here. So go ahead, Jim. I'm sorry.
You really are out here for 8 hours, right? And then
Yes.
even on the television shows, they're out there for 8-10 hours, and then they make a 30-minute program out of that. And so you see hit after hit after hit, but they stayed there 10 hours to get them. So